Hey everybody, it's April of 2024. We are getting ready to watch a total solar eclipse. That is when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun and casts a shadow on the Earth. Kind of a big deal. The next one isn't going to be until something like 2044. All right, but let's just do a quick tutorial of this here. All right, here's the Earth and here's the moon. This is actually how big they are compared to each other. So the moon is actually a lot smaller than we think about it being. So it goes around the sun, or it goes around the Earth once every 28 days. All right, and here's the sun, here's the Earth, and here we go. All right, see the shadow? Yeah, that's pretty neat. But the way I've got this set up is the Earth and the moon actually are kind of far away from each other. How far? If this, here, hold this for a second. Oh, thank you, Dr. Willamette. If that's the actual size of the Earth, and this is the size of the moon, they're in scale with each other, the moon would actually be orbiting this far away. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, here we are. So, hello. So when the moon is lined up such that it can cast a shadow, that's kind of a big deal. Since I'm just using it up close here, right now my little moon is casting a shadow. It's pretty far away in real life, and it's not always going to cross exactly between the Earth and the sun. So, like for example, there it goes. And it didn't cast a shadow on the Earth because it was too far down. And if we do it like this, see, it still didn't cast a shadow because it's too far up. So things have to be aligned just perfectly for this to work. In October of 2023 in New Mexico. In fact, across the southwestern United States, we got to see a really neat eclipse. So take a look at this image. You will see that, well, it's the United States. Michigan is here. Texas is over here. And if we zoom in, you will see this thing, this line called the path of the annular eclipse. So we watched the eclipse, my friend and I, from a location right there, right in the middle of this path where the maximum amount of coverage of the sun by the moon was going to be. It was pretty cool. It wasn't a total eclipse. It was something called an annular eclipse. What's an annular? Not annual, once a year, but annular. All right, so these are the three types of solar eclipses. The one you're going to watch in the video is over here on the right, the annular eclipse. This happens because the distance between the moon and the Earth isn't always the same. And so when the moon is just a little bit further away, it doesn't cover the entire sun. Here's a picture of another annular eclipse that I watched in 2012. Most of the time when you have an eclipse, you get one of these where the sun is partly blocked by the moon. Here's a picture of that. What we're going to see in April of 2024 is a total eclipse where the moon is just the perfect distance to cover the entire disk of the sun. Tell me about the eclipse.
It's like a chunk taken out of the moon, and it's like of the sun, I mean, and it's like a shadow taking that out. It's like it's a light that's a shadows in front of it.
So what's happening? What's moving in front of what?
Well, the moon is moving in front of the the sun. It's called an eclipse.
Okay. I went out there and I was able to observe it and record it with another scientist buddy of mine. And we're going to show you that video. You're going to see what it's like out there. We were in the high desert, a place that a lot of folks haven't been before. So we will show you a little, while we're waiting for the eclipse, stuff about the rocks and about the land and about the plants. And we spend some time watching and making fun of cows. Enjoy. All right, welcome to New Mexico. It is, what, 9 in the morning out here? We are looking at Cabazon Peak, the Big Head, and all around, this is our campsite. We're going to watch us an eclipse here. All right, look at those mountains. And we'll, instead of looking at the sun, look at... This is my buddy, Dr. Chris McGlone from Santa Fe Community College. Say hi to my students.
Hi to your students.
It's always funny.
I am, it's true.
All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here, because most of the folks watching this have never been to a landscape like this. So, all right, way off in the distance there, those are the southern end of the Rocky Mountains. So where we are up until, let's see, from about 200 million years ago to about 66 million years ago, this was all underwater. This was all an ocean. And then the Rocky Mountains started popping upwards. And that continued till about, 30 million years or so ago. But then, excitingly enough, the North American crust decided it was going to start ripping apart. And we got all of these other mountains that get popped up as a result, and that there is an old volcano. That is Cabazon Peak. So, Dr. Chris is a biologist. Tell us about the plants we're seeing here.
Well, most what we're seeing here is called rubber rabbit brush. Great name. Also called chamisa in Spanish, which is what the wilderness area we're in is called. And it's because of these. We also have right here, this is four-wing saltbush, which is a really, really cool plant because it can grow in incredibly salty environment. It can actually modify its water pressure in its roots to take water up. It will store so much water in its living tissue, or so much salt in its living tissue, that it is always hypertonic to the environment. So even in really, really salty soil, it can pull water out, which is a real problem for most plants. They can't get water out of salty soils.
So, another indicator that evolution is pretty cool.
So we have juniper over there, some pinon as well. You see some cholla, because we're in the desert. We have to have cactus. It's mandatory.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, what we should do is get a close-up look at some cactus. Oh, and there's some cows over there, because we are on federal land owned by the U.S. government, managed by the Bureau of Land Management, but leased to ranchers. And what is it, about 1,500 acres per head of cattle that they need to graze on?
Yeah, something right about that. Varies from year to year, and you can see that there's not much living grass at the moment. Everything is very dry.
Yeah.
All these grasses are dormant. We didn't get much rain this year. We don't get much rain most years these days. So, yeah, it's getting harder and harder to keep cattle out here, but we do try. We do everything we can to do them.
All right, well, we're going to pause and go look at a cactus. There's a little cactus hidden. It's about the size of my hand, my palm. What's that, a hedgehog?
Yep.
Hedgehog cactus. Neat. Well, let's go over here and look at this bad boy. All right, so you can take one of these nubs, break it off, let it sit for a week, put it in a pot, and it will grow like the one in my office. Slowly, but it will. So, don't want to get your clothes caught on that.
Woo. Let's see if we have an example of. So you see this little tissue coming off here? These spines are actually the leaves. This is the center vein off of a leaf, and this old tissue coming off when I pull on it, which is not being as cooperative as I like because it's being filmed. So right there, that is the vestigial leaf.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the center vein of the leaf. When you see these growing, you'll see tiny little leaves growing up the top there. This is actually the stem. The photosynthetic part is the stem, not the leaf. So yeah.
Yeah.
Leaves. Pokey leaves.
Yeah. Leaves that hurt.
Prickly pear over there.
Oh, a prickly pear. Let's go look at the prickly pear. Oh, these are purple.
Yep. And you can actually identify the species by whether they turn purple or not when they go dormant in the fall. That is a mitochondrial DNA trait. So it is passed on exclusively through the maternal lineage. And so it is a actual reliable characteristic for determining what species of cactus it is. Cacti, prickly pear are really tough to ID to species because they have a ton of copies of all of their chromosomes. They have what is called polyploidy, where they have anywhere from 4 to dozens of versions of each chromosome, so incredibly complex. But you see right there is a non-purple version of a prickly pear.
Hold on, I'm looking at cows. Moo! Moo! All right, now let's look at the cactus.
There's one that isn't turning purple.
So these put out these fruits that are kind of sweet.
Yep.
A lot of seeds in them, but
The tunas.
yeah.
Make a prickly pear jelly out of them.
So there's a lot of bunnies that live out here, and
Yes.
the bunnies eat this stuff.
They do.
And so you got to wonder, I mean, they just chomp right into these leaves, but what do they do about the spines? Because those spines are going to hurt.
They have a really hard, leathery upper palate, and when they sit there and chew on them, the spines don't get embedded in the palate. They can't puncture it. So they'll sit there and chew down the leaf and then spit out all the spines, then chew down the leaf some more and spit out the spines.
So the roofs of their mouths, their little bunny mouths,
Yep.
keep them from swallowing cactus needles.
Yep, the cactus needles can't embed into the palate. It's too tough.
And desert bunnies are also coyote food.
Yes, they are.
Oh, it would suck to be a desert bunny, wouldn't it?
It's a tough life to be a desert bunny. But
All right.
you know, bunnies may look cute, but they're not the classiest things. Explain to your students coprophagia.
Why don't you do it? No, let's let them look that up.
They
Let's
can
spell
look
it
up
though.
Copraphage.
Okay, so that's coprophage.
They are coprophages. Coprophagia is IE at the end instead of an E.
Okay, well have fun with that, folks.
Yes.
But let's
I'll
go
give
look
you
at
a
them.
hint. Phage means eat. You're going to look up what copra means.
We're gonna go look at a rock. So here we are looking at a little rock here, and this is a sandstone. In fact, this sandstone here, I'm gonna break up a piece open and take a look at the inside of it. This is a marine sandstone. It's a very shallow ocean environment, think right next to the beach but underwater. So in these rocks you can find lots of little fossils. This particular sandstone
0 hour.
is chock full of snails and clams and things like that. Of course not the sample I'm holding, but anyway, all of that was eroded over the last 60 or so million years and turned into this. Look at this. We have all of these what look like badlands, right? Yeah, and then they got eroded and in fact not terribly safe to stand on. Now, the reason we are actually here yakking about all of this stuff is because there's an eclipse happening. And hold on a second here. We're going to look at the sun safely. Okay, so there's a little notch being taken out. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sure is.
Well, let's see.
The top side of it.
Top side. Okay, let's take a look. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, here comes some cows. Just walking around.
New Mexico slow elk.
Looking for food. Cows are really dumb. Here they come. Hey, you guys know there's an eclipse, right?
Look at the sun.
All right.
They're going, I'm hungry. There's nothing to eat out here.
I wonder why they're converging here.
They heard you were taking photos.
That'll look funny in the time lapse, watching those things go trotting by really fast.
Gotta get one of those little speed soundtracks going on.
Yakety sax. What are you looking at?
Keep moving.
Nothing to see here.
Keep moving. You looking at? You looking at me?
Hey, take a picture, it'll last longer.
You looking at me?
We talk tough with the cows.
You want some of this?
Yeah, you want some of this? They're like, yeah, we do. What do you got?
Nothing else going on around here.
Got any grass?
Please.
Oh, that one you can see the ribs.
Feed me. You know how bad it is to be a desert cow. Run away.
Yeah, count your blessings, dummies.
Big Mac's on the hoof.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mac on the hoof.
Okay, so we are using the leaves of this tree, this little plant, shrub, to project an image of the sun with the moon in front of it. You want to point some of those out?
All these right here.
Yeah, they look like little crescents. That's the projection between the branches and leaves of the sun with the notch taken out of it by the moon. Just a whole bunch of little ones. Neat. Point that out again, would you? Wait, hold on, where's your finger? Ah, there we go. Don't give me the finger. Neat. Okay, so not quite half the sun is covered at this point, and you can see, well, if you were here, you could see that the lighting is different, and it's definitely cooler now.
Yeah.
I would say a good 5 degrees temperature drop, at least.
Well, I mean, the ambient temperature in the shade is probably the same. It's just we're not getting that sun warming we were getting half an hour ago.
Yeah. So yeah, the things are a little bit oranger and a little bit darker. It's going to keep getting that way. All right, so a lot darker now. And colder. We put on our jackets. It was 28 degrees this morning when we got up. All right, weirdly dark at this point. It's just a reminder, it's 10:30 in the morning.
Normally the light should be half blinding out here at this time of day.
Yeah. And let's take a look at the little shadows here.
Look at those little rings. Pretty neat. There, look at how riddled this is with them.
Oh,
So many. Look at all those.
Yeah, we have totality now.
Indeed.
This is the darkest. Pretty groovy, huh?
Way cool, dude.
How's
That's
it,
something you don't see every day.
how's it look in the camera over here? Oh, yeah. Nice. It's better in real life than on the camera, but
That's working pretty slick, though.
it is. That's a nice setup.
Look how perfect that ring is.
Man. That's just amazing. All right, we've experienced totality, and now it is time for a celebratory beverage. Here we go. All right. Catch. I'm not really going to throw it. All right.
I'm celebratory beveraging. I'm doing it with gloves on.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's our post-totality beverage. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Ah, that 10:30 a.m. beer.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
Actually, it'd be 5:30 somewhere, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's 12:30 back in Michigan. Homecoming. Everybody's drunk out there anyway. So
You're the most sober person.
I'm the most sober.
The cattle are coming back.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, did I just swear on your class?
It's all right. We can dump it. You know, every now and then I use the S word in class just for sparingly, you know, for when the context isn't weird. Never ever the F bomb though.
No, I dropped the S bomb about a month ago for the first time in Santa Fe in a class. That's because none of my classrooms have.
Oh, you cursed at technology, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
None of my classrooms have clocks, and so and when I've got the present PowerPoint up, the computer doesn't have a clock. So
Oh, of course,
I
right.
don't know what time it is all the time, and so I'm sitting there. At one point, the students are getting a little fidgety, and so I usually leave my phone sitting. I've taken to actually setting an alarm on my phone.
Oh yeah.
But I look at my phone and it's like class ended 3 minutes ago, and I haven't even passed out the end of class quiz, and I'm like.
Well,
And so, you know, the class was amused, and I felt that was an okay time to drop the S-bomb. And I dropped it, and I didn't even think about it. It never even crossed my mind that I maybe shouldn't have said that.
yeah. I dropped the F-bomb in Spanish when I was kicking the computer because it was so uncooperative. But
You do that in my classes, and, you know, you might as well just drop the F-bomb.
yeah, right. You have bilingual classes.
Uh-huh.
Not in Michigan. I was safe.
Yeah, nobody knew what you're talking about.
And, you know, the professor was upset about something.
Yeah. Fence line, because the cows will have cleared everything for you.
Okay, they're real close now. They are probably, what would you say, 60 feet?
Max?
And they're just sort of...
We're having a stare down.
Did you ever see that video where the guy goes up to the cows, he plays the trombone, and they all come to listen to him play the trombone?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Look that up on YouTube.
Okay.
It's weird. He just goes and plays trombone and the cows just come from everywhere to listen to him play. Cows like the trombone.
Apparently cows like the trombone. Have folks tried other instruments, see if it has the same effect?
No idea. Now my students are now you looking that up. If they're even watching. They're like, oh, this is so boring. Oh, God. I wish I was anywhere else.
Why are we just watching our professor watch cows?
Watching me, point of view, watch cows. Now we're going to watch you watch cows.
Hi!
We got to zoom out.
Wait, I don't have my beer while watching cows.
All right, I'll watch cows for you.
You watch cows. There's my beer.
All right, here we
Because
go.
if we're gonna watch cows while drinking beer, we got to have the beer.
Yeah. Now I can watch you drink beer, watch cows.
Although that one's not a cow.
What one? Oh, the calf?
Well, the one right there is a bull.
Oh. Which one? The one coming right at us?
No, the one with a little dangly bit down in the middle.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Common misconception: cow is not for both sexes.
They've been
Cattle is the universal
cattle,
term.
right. But they've been, bred now so that they don't have horns.
Mm-hmm.
For transport reasons.
Yeah, general safety. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Even the ones which have the horns, they usually cut off the ends when they're doing any movement of them.
So they're pissed because we're in their trail. So this little cow trail, this little thing, it's not a dirt road. I mean, it's not tire tracks. It's their trail that they like to use.
And
but now they can't.
We're in the middle of it.
And they don't know what to do. It doesn't even occur to them to go around.
Yeah, this is just way outside their comfort zone.
You're about to get into their bubble.
Bubble.
He didn't even say, hold my beer. He didn't say, hey, y'all, watch this. Oh, you've spooked them.
Are we outside our comfort zone? Your earrings look stupid. I got nothing for you. Run along.
Oh.
Cattle are stupid.
Oh, God. Okay, what's the sun doing now? Pause. Okay, we're looking at something really cool here. Look at the shadow here. Now, he holds his hand just a little bit apart. We can project. Look at that.
That webbing in between is actually the eclipse. As
Yep.
is that.
See the smiley face?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's bizarre. Look at that. Live long and prosper. Ah!
Nice. Yeah, that whole fuzz, just that is all the eclipse ringing. You can see the little Ewing of it like that.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
All the way up and around there.
Those aren't Chris's devil horns. That's the eclipse.
Well, the eclipse is my devil horns. I just loaned it to the sun for a little while because I have that power.
You're like a weird anime character that has certain powers that are only visible.
Well, I mean, look at how the shadows on my fingers blur together.
Yeah, and then in between them, you look up close, you can see. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get this so you can see it, but
Never mind.
there's my
see it
shadow.
later.
Hi.
Hi.
Where's your shadow? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Just in between your fingers are all the little. Look at that. They're curved like that because they're the.
That is sweet.
Oh man. How do you not love stuff like that?
I don't know, because I'm a total dork, and I love
Okay, so now it's getting brighter again. Here we are. Now it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a winter sunset. Oh, lost cabazon here. There we are. Okay. All right, go.
So you see the cow over there that's nibbling on the salt bush. It's also licking it. It's getting its salt resources off of that shrub. And so if you lick the leaves, you'll get salt because there's salt glands on all the leaves. So any place you have a lot of salt bush in the area, you don't have to put out salt licks for your cattle or horses or whatever you're running. They can just get it, and they will just get it off of these salt bushes.
So if I were to lick it, it would taste salty?
It would taste salty and a lot like cow spit.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, I'll pass. So, yeah, it's not eating it. It's licking it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's probably chewing a few leaves off there as well, but it's mostly just licking it. It's putting its mouth and pulling its head back to get all the salt off of the leaves. That's what it's going for. It's not doing that for food. It's doing it for the salt.
That's life in the desert, folks. All right. Well, better you than me.
So in
Okay, now the lighting around here is back to normal almost. The eclipse is almost over. And it's warm again. We took our coats off. And beauty, eh? Well, we gotta go get cabazon here. There it is. Recording.
Hello.
Okay, so this eclipse is just about over. And
It's toasty and bright now.
yeah, toasty and bright. We're all, you know, you can't tell. You can't tell that a smidge of the sun is blocked.
Nah.
Yeah. So it was great, man. We're gonna do the going, going, gone movement. Wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
That was a whole lot of fun.
I had fun.
There it goes. Just the tiniest little notch. Wow, the sun is warm now.
Mm-hmm.
Northern New Mexico is one of those places where you can get a sunburn and frostbite at the exact same time. Okay, we are pretty much at the point where I can't tell.
Like I'm catching a sunburn by looking up at the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have this one little, where these glasses are will be the one part that's not sunburned.
Right, exactly. All right.
Woohoo!
Going.
So close. So close. Wait for it. Wait for it. Still waiting.
Oh. All right, call it. We're out. That was Eclipse 2023, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right. See ya.